Hello, welcome to Let It Go with Elsa Louise. This is my first podcast episode. Let me tell you, it is so hard to podcast. My family and friends will tell you I yap all day, all night. They're sick of hearing me talk, but put a camera and a microphone in front of my face and it just all goes out the window. I've tried filming this upwards of 40 times. I was up all night last night. And I think we should just get into it. I want to start by asking you a question. How often is it that you get the opportunity to follow someone's success story from rock bottom? Okay, rock bottom might be a little bit dramatic. I would say I'm more at ground level now, but a year ago I was at rock bottom, and we'll get into that later. I think often when you hear about people's success stories, it's from the perspective of already having gained success, and I would have loved to follow someone's steps along the way, hear their thought process of how they got to where they wanted to be, and I am more than happy to be that for you. With this show, I aim to entertain you and to encourage you to freely and critically think and act. That is so important. That's what I was missing for 6 years. I want to do this through inviting you to join my experience. A bit about me. I am an oldest of 4. I have 2 little sisters and a little brother. They're my world. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Go Chiefs. I was a musical theater major, earning a BFA. I dropped out of college last May, and I've been a waitress and a barista since. I ended up going to India for a month to do a 200-hour yoga teacher training and backpack for a little bit in Goa. It was so fun. I'd love to do an episode on that one day. Now I'm actually going back to school in January. I changed my mind. I have ADHD, if you can't tell. I am all over the place. When I started getting serious about podcasting a week ago, well, I've been wanting to do this since I was 14, but I've come up with every excuse in the book. Being worried about not having a big enough platform and no one's gonna want to listen to me, people judging me and making fun of me, the list goes on. A year ago today, I made my goal every day to have fun. It has changed my life. My goal this year is to do what I would do if I wasn't afraid. Learned that from Phoebe Waller-Bridge. If you don't know who she is, you should totally check her out, and Fleabag is awesome. Back to what I was talking about. When I started getting serious about podcasting, I sat down with one of my old choir teachers and asked him for some advice because he has a podcast. And the first thing he said to me was, whoa. See what I mean? It's so hard to talk, but I'm just gonna keep talking because I can't keep filming this over and over again like I did last night. The first thing he asked me was, why should people listen to you? I was taken aback by this. I mean, I trust me. I know I have your best interest, so I know you should trust me, but I could not think of how to communicate that. I will be honest with you, I don't know. But I think that's why you should listen to me. That's so me. Everybody should listen to me. That's my dream. But seriously, that's why you should listen to me, because I will be honest and I will be transparent and I will make mistakes and I will share that with you. I will not know something and I will tell you I don't know, and I will ask and I will learn. Now I want to get into how I got here. I mentioned that a year ago I was at rock bottom. On January 2nd, 2025, I convinced myself that I had a worm in my butthole. Just stick with me. I know it sounds crazy. I put so much pressure on myself in the new year to change everything I hated about myself, and I thought I could build Rome in a day. I thought I could submit one audition. I thought I could post one video on TikTok and one video on Instagram and become this huge Broadway star internet celebrity overnight. That's not how it works. Well, maybe for some people, but not for this girl. I also think I was in a bit of a state of psychosis from the Adderall I was taking. It was prescribed, and it was a pretty high dose. I'm pretty light and very short. I'm wondering if maybe that's part of why it was affecting me so negatively. But regardless, all of this pressure manifested as a physical ailment. And I kid you not, I could literally feel a worm in my intestines and going in and out of my bum, and it was the most terrifying thing. I was freaking out. I had a panic attack. I was yelling at my family because they were freaking out. It was horrible. I'm not proud of that day. And I went to bed that night and was like, I can't live like this anymore. It's just so mentally taxing, and I've been doing it for so long. It's not worth it. I started scrolling on TikTok for like 3 hours, and I looked up how to be happy. I found all this crap about taking cold showers and waking up at 5 a.m. and doing yoga and blah, 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 all the stuff you hear about. I decided to wake up the next day and made my goal to have fun. And every day for the next 365 days, I made my goal to have fun. Oh my gosh, my life transformed. Let me tell you a bit about former Elsa. She was drama. She was messy. And when I say messy, I mean disgusting. You couldn't see my floor. You didn't know what clothes were dirty, what clothes were clean. There are dishes everywhere. They're growing mold on them. Horrible. I was late to everything. I was unreliable. I would sleep through things. I wouldn't sleep at all. That was another thing. I had developed insomnia when I was in my horrible mental state, and I would sleep like 3 to 6 hours a night. I would hardly eat, or I would eat super unhealthy, getting McDonald's at like 2 a.m. every day. I had substance abuse issues. I was a drama magnet. I think I already mentioned that I was drama, but heavy on the drama. Every single day, I spent majority of my hours laying in bed, doom scrolling, and living in these crazy fantasies and expectations I had for myself. Once I stopped worrying about achievements, what people thought about me, success, and just started focusing on having fun and finding joy and gratitude in my everyday life, I completely transformed. Elsa now, January 3rd, 2026, I can confidently say I am not a person you have to worry about anymore. I am not involved in drama. I am clean. I am timely. I am reliable, and I am happy. I have started achieving so much more. I hardly spend any time on my phone. I am doing everything that I've wanted to do for so long, and I wake up at 5 a.m. every day. I know. I do yoga, all of these things that they tell you to do to be happy, but I think you need to figure out how to be happy first. It feels great. So I want to help you find what I have found. So I encourage you to listen to this podcast. This is the part of the episode where I would normally do question and answer. Obviously, I don't have questions yet since it's my first episode, but I do have a question for you. Anybody who films podcasts, let me know. Do you film it all in one take and edit things out? Do you stop and take breaks and take multiple takes and recollect yourself? I have struggled so much with this process, and I would love your advice. If you want to follow me on social media, my Instagram is Elsa_Louise with 3 E's, and thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week.